Angela pressed her back against the bathroom stall door, her cleaning uniform soaked with dirty mop water that Diana Obioma had accidentally thrown at her. Through the thin metal, she could hear the executives laughing in the hallway. Did you see the cleaner's face? Someone chuckled, like a drowned rat. 5 years. 5 years since she'd worn anything but this faded blue uniform. 5 years since she'd been anything more than invisible. "Angela, where are you?" Her supervisor's voice echoed through the bathroom. "Meeting room 12 needs cleaning. Now!" She emerged, water still dripping from her clothes. The supervisor barely glanced at her. "And make sure you're presentable. The new CEO is inspecting today." Angela's heart sank. Another inspection meant another chance to be fired. With her mother's dialysis costing 200,000 naira monthly, she couldn't afford to lose this job. Meeting room 12 gleamed with floor-to-ceiling windows, overlooking Lagos Island's business district. Angela kept her head down, methodically wiping the conference table. She'd learned that invisibility was survival. "Is this the standard of cleaning we can expect?" That voice. Angela's hand froze on the table. She knew that voice like she knew her own heartbeat. "I asked you a question." She turned slowly. Dominic Arinza stood in the doorway, his Italian suit worth more than she'd make in 5 years. The boy who'd once promised to wait for her had become a man who looked through her like she was furniture. "I'm sorry, sir," she whispered, not meeting his eyes. "I'll clean better." "You'll do more than that." His voice was ice. "There's a stain on this table. Do you know how much this table costs?" Angela saw no stain, but she nodded anyway. "I'll fix it, sir. Look at me when I'm talking to you." She raised her eyes, praying he wouldn't recognize her. 5 years, weight loss, and burn scars had changed her face. But still, Dominic studied her for a moment. Something flickered in his eyes. Not recognition, just annoyance. "What's your name?" "Angela, sir." "Well, Angela, from now on you'll personally clean my office, every morning, 6 a.m. If you're 1 minute late, you're fired. Understood?" "Yes, sir." He turned to leave, then paused. "And Angela, get a new uniform. You smell like a gutter." The door slammed behind him. Angela's legs gave out, and she sank into a chair. The boy who'd once written her love poems now couldn't even recognize her face. Her phone buzzed. A text from the hospital. "Your mother's medication needs renewal. Payment required by tomorrow." She closed her eyes, remembering another text 5 years ago. "Where are you?" "I'm waiting at the church. Please come. Dominic." But she'd been in a police cell that night, her hands still burning from the fire that killed her stepfather. The white dress Dominic had bought her had turned to ash, along with her dreams. "Angela!" her supervisor burst in. "What are you doing sitting down? The CEO wants his office cleaned now." She stood, picking up her cleaning supplies. As she walked to the executive floor, she passed Diana Obioma in the hallway. The woman's perfect makeup and designer dress made Angela feel even more invisible. "So you're the cleaner Dominic was complaining about?" Diana said, her nose wrinkling. "Try not to steal anything from his office. We know how you people are." Angela said nothing. She'd learned that silence was safer than words. Dominic's office was a shrine to his success. Awards, photos with governors, certificates from Harvard. Angela cleaned around them carefully, her movements automatic. On his desk, half hidden under papers, she saw something that made her stop breathing. A small, framed photo, 2 teenagers in school uniforms, laughing at something off-camera. She recognized the girl's face. It was her. Before the scars, before prison, before life broke her into pieces. He'd kept it. The door opened. Angela quickly turned away from the desk. "Forgot my phone," Dominic said, grabbing it from the table. He glanced at her, then at the photo she'd been looking at. His face hardened. "Don't touch personal items, just clean." As he left, Angela heard him on the phone. "Diana?" "Yes, dinner at 8. Of course I love you." The next morning, Angela arrived at 5:30, 30 minutes early. She wouldn't give Dominic any reason to fire her. The building was ghost quiet, only security guards nodding as she passed. His office door was already open. Strange. She entered cautiously, then froze. Dominic sat at his desk, still wearing yesterday's clothes. Empty coffee cups littered the surface. He looked up, his eyes red-rimmed. "You're early," he said flatly. "I'm sorry, sir. I can come back." "No, clean." He turned back to his laptop. And be quiet, I'm working. Angela began dusting, stealing glances at him. The confident CEO from yesterday was gone. This was the Dominic she remembered, the one who studied too hard, worried too much. Her phone vibrated. A text from her uncle. Chief Amadi increased his offer. 700,000. Think about your mother. She quickly silenced it, but Dominic looked up. Personal calls on company time. No, sir, just my uncle. The one trying to marry you off? At her shocked expression, he shrugged. These walls are thin. I heard you arguing with him on the phone yesterday. Heat flooded her cheeks. I'm handling it, sir. By saying no to 700,000. He laughed bitterly. Must be nice to have principles when you're not desperate. Angela's hands tightened on the mop. I am desperate, sir. Just not that desperate. Everyone has a price, Angela. Even you. Not for that. He studied her for a long moment. You know, you remind me of someone. Someone who also thought she was too good for people beneath her station. The words cut deep. If only he knew she'd spent 5 years beneath everyone's station. Sir, may I ask something? She shocked herself by speaking. He nodded, distracted by his screen. The girl in the photo, on your desk, who was she? His fingers stopped typing. The silence stretched until Angela wished she could take the question back. Nobody, he finally said. Just someone who taught me that promises mean nothing. The people will choose money over love every time. Maybe she didn't have a choice. There's always a choice. His voice turned sharp. She chose to disappear on our wedding day. Chose to run off with someone richer instead of showing up at the church where I waited for 6 hours. Angela's eyes burned. She wanted to scream the truth, that she'd been in a police cell, that she'd killed a man defending her mother, that she'd lost everything that night. Instead, she whispered, I'm sorry. Don't be. She did me a favor, taught me that love is just a transaction. Speaking of which, he pulled out his checkbook. How much to make your uncle stop calling you during work hours? Sir, Chief Amadi offered 700,000. I'll give you $1 million. Consider it an advance on your salary. Angela stared at him. You want to pay me to refuse a marriage proposal? I want to pay you to focus on your job without distractions. That's not... I can't. 2 million. Her mother's face flashed in her mind. The dialysis bills, the medications. Sir, please don't. 3 million. Stop. The word tore from her throat. I'm not for sale. Dominic leaned back, something dangerous in his smile. Everyone's for sale, Angela. The only question is the price. The door burst open. Diana Obioma swept in, designer heels clicking. Darling, you didn't come home last night. She stopped, noticing Angela. What is the cleaner doing here so early? Her job, Dominic said coolly. Diana's eyes narrowed. Well, she can finish later. We need to talk, privately. Angela gathered her supplies quickly, but Diana blocked her path. Actually, wait, you look familiar. Have we met before? Angela's heart hammered. No, ma'am. You remind me of someone. That girl from your school, darling. The one who stood you up. What was her name? It doesn't matter, Dominic said sharply. Oh, but it does. Wasn't she arrested or something? I heard she went to prison. Imagine choosing crime over marrying you. Angela's hands shook. The bucket slipped, water splashing across Diana's shoes. You stupid girl, Diana shrieked. These are Italian leather. I'm so sorry. Diana's hand cracked across Angela's face. The sound echoed in the office. Diana! Dominic stood, his face thunderous. Get out! She ruined my shoes. Get out! Diana stared at him, shocked. Then her face hardened. We'll discuss this tonight. She stormed out, leaving Angela holding her burning cheek. Dominic approached slowly. Let me see. Angela backed away. I'm fine, sir. I said, let me see. His fingers were gentle as they touched her face, and suddenly Angela couldn't breathe. For a moment, they weren't CEO and cleaner. They were just Dominic and Angela, and time hadn't passed at all. Then his phone rang, breaking the spell. He stepped back, his professional mask sliding back on. Take the day off, with pay. Sir, I can't... Angela. His voice was strangely soft. What's your last name? Williams. Angela lied, her voice barely a whisper. Angela Williams. Dominic's shoulders relaxed slightly. Take the day off, Miss Williams. That's an order. Angela fled his office, her cheek still stinging from Diana's slap and her heart racing from Dominic's touch. She made it to the bathroom before the tears came. Her phone rang. Uncle James. She answered reluctantly. Chief Ahmadi is here, he said without preamble. At my house. He wants to meet you now. Uncle, I told you. Your mother needs surgery, Angela. The doctor called. Her kidneys are failing faster. We need 5 million naira or we'll lose her. The walls seemed to close in. 5 million? Chief Ahmadi heard about your situation. He's willing to pay everything up front. Just come and meet him. Angela looked at her reflection in the mirror. The woman staring back looked defeated, broken. Maybe she was for sale after all. I'll be there in an hour. The ride to her uncle's house in Surulere felt like a funeral march. Chief Ahmadi's black Mercedes sat outside like a hearse. Angela smoothed her uniform and knocked. Ah, the bride! Chief Ahmadi's voice boomed as she entered. He was older than her uncle, with teeth stained from years of kola nut. Come, let me see you properly. He grabbed her chin, turning her face side to side like she was livestock. The scars are unfortunate, but you'll do. I need a young wife to give me more sons. Chief, Angela said carefully, I'm grateful for your interest, but... No buts, her uncle interrupted. The arrangements are made. Chief has been very generous. Indeed. Chief Ahmadi pulled out a briefcase. 5 million naira, cash. Your mother goes for surgery tomorrow. Angela stared at the money, her mother's life in neat bundles of 1,000 naira notes. There's just one condition, Chief Ahmadi continued. You come with me now, today. My other wives are resistant to new additions, better to present them with fact than possibility. Today? Angela's voice cracked. But my job... You won't need a job as my wife. He laughed, showing those stained teeth. Unless you consider bearing children work. The room spun. This was happening too fast. Can I at least say goodbye to my mother? After the wedding. James, call the pastor. We'll do it quietly this afternoon. Wait! Angela stood abruptly. I need air! She stumbled outside, gasping. Her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Where are you? D. Before she could wonder how Dominic got her number, a familiar car screeched to a stop. Dominic emerged, his face furious. Get in, he commanded. So what are you... Get in the car, Angela. Chief Ahmadi appeared at the door. Who is this? Angela, come back inside. She's not going anywhere with you, Dominic said coldly. Young man, this is family business. I've paid... How much? Dominic pulled out his phone. Whatever you paid, I'll triple it. Angela's uncle rushed out. Sir, you don't understand. Chief Ahmadi is a respected elder. I'll pay 10 million, Dominic said flatly. For her to refuse your offer. Chief Ahmadi's face darkened. This girl is promised to me. 15 million. You can't just... 20 million. Dominic's eyes never left Angela's. Come with me, now. Angela felt like a rope in a tug of war. Why are you doing this? Because, his voice dropped, no one should be forced to marry someone they don't love. 20 million, Angela. Enough for your mother's surgery and more? This is madness, Chief Ahmadi spluttered. James, control your niece. But Angela was already moving toward Dominic's car. I'm sorry, Chief, I can't. You'll regret this, Chief Ahmadi shouted. No decent man will want you when they know what you are. A criminal. Yes, I know about your prison record. Angela froze. The street seemed to tilt. Dominic's hand caught her elbow. Whatever he's talking about doesn't matter. Get in the car. But, Angela, his voice was gentle now. Trust me. She got in the car. As they drove away, she saw Chief Ahmadi still shouting, her uncle counting the briefcase money with disappointed eyes. Your office, Dominic said suddenly. We need to talk. I don't have an office, I'm a cleaner. Not anymore. He handed her an envelope. Your new employment contract, executive assistant to the CEO, effective immediately. Angela stared at the papers. The salary was more than she'd make in 10 years of cleaning. I can't accept this. You will. His knuckles were white on the steering wheel. Because I'm not letting you sell yourself to the highest bidder. Not when... He stopped abruptly. When what? He pulled into his reserved parking spot and turned to face her. What did Chief Ahmadi mean? About prison? Angela's blood turned to ice. This was it. The moment her past destroyed everything. Angela! His voice was strangely rough. Or is that even your real name? Angela's hands trembled as she reached for the door handle. "Thank you for your help, sir, but I can't." "Stop!" Dominic hit the automatic locks. "No more running, no more lies." What did he mean about prison? The parking garage felt like a tomb. Angela stared at her lap, years of shame crushing her chest. "It doesn't matter." "It does to me." His voice cracked. "Angela, I've been going crazy all morning. The way you clean, so careful, so precise. The way you flinch when people get too close. The burn scars I saw on your wrist when you reached for the top shelf." Her hand instinctively covered her wrist. "And that photo on my desk. You asked about her." His breathing was ragged. "No one asks about that photo. No one except—" "Don't." The word came out as a sob. "Please don't. Say your full name." Angela closed her eyes. 5 years of hiding, gone in an instant. Angela Nena Okafor. The silence stretched between them like a chasm. Nena. Her childhood name fell from his lips like a prayer. "My Nena. I'm not yours." The words tasted like ash. "I haven't been yours for 5 years. 5 years." His laugh was bitter. 5 years I thought you chose money over me, that you ran off with some rich man rather than marry a struggling graduate. Is that what you told yourself? Anger finally broke through her shame. That I was that shallow? What else could I think? You disappeared on our wedding day. I was in prison. The words exploded from her. In a cell with second-degree burns, wondering if my mother would survive the night. Dominic went rigid. What? The fire. The night before our wedding. Tears streamed down her face. My stepfather came home drunk. He saw the wedding dress you bought me. Said I stole it. Started beating my mother. Nena, I tried to stop him. We fought. The kerosene lamp fell. She couldn't stop now. 5 years of silence pouring out. He died. I stayed to pull my mother out. The police said it was manslaughter. Said I should have let him burn and save myself instead of ensuring he died. Dominic's face had gone pale. The scars. Angela pulled up her sleeves, revealing the network of burned scars that climbed her arms. The dress burned too, your beautiful dress. I watched it turn to ash while the police put me in handcuffs. Why didn't you call me? Send word. With what phone? What money? She laughed bitterly. I was a convicted criminal, Dominic. Your family would have been ruined, your business prospects gone. I loved you too much to do that to you. That wasn't your choice to make. Wasn't it? Angela met his eyes finally. Look at you now, CEO, successful, with a beautiful girlfriend from a good family. Would any of that have happened if you'd married a woman with a prison record? Dominic's hand shook as he reached for her face. My Nena. All this time, don't. She pulled away. I'm not that girl anymore. Prison changes you. Poverty changes you. I'm just Angela the cleaner now. No. His voice was fierce. You're the woman who sacrificed everything to save her mother. Who gave up love to protect me. Who still won't sell herself, even when desperate. Stop making me into some hero, Angela cried. I killed a man, Dominic. These hands... She held them up, scarred and work-worn. These hands took a life, in self-defense. The court didn't see it that way. Neither did society. Do you know what it's like coming out of prison with no degree, no prospects, no future, watching everyone you knew move on while you clean their toilets? Dominic grabbed her hands, holding them tight. Is that why you've been hiding, living as Angela Williams? Your girlfriend slapped me this morning for spilling water. Imagine what she'd do if she knew who I really was, what I am. What you are, Dominic said slowly, is the woman I never stopped loving. The words hung between them. Angela felt her walls crumbling. Don't say that. You have Diana. You have a life. I have nothing. His voice broke. 5 years of nothing. Of wondering why you chose someone else. Of building this empire to prove I was worth choosing. And all this time, you were here. Suffering. Alone. Dominic, marry me. The words sucked all the air from the car. Angela stared at him, sure she'd misheard. What? Marry me. Tonight. Now. His eyes blazed with determination. I'll pay off your mother's medical bills, give you a position in the company, protect you from men like Chief Ahmadi. You can't be serious. 20 million naira. As a marriage contract. No conditions. Angela felt the world spinning again. And Diana? Is nothing to me. Never was. He cupped her face gently. Say yes, Nanena. Let me fix this. Let me protect you this time. The offer hung between them like a lifeline over churning waters, but Angela had learned that lifelines could become nooses. What happens when your family finds out? When the business community discovers you married an ex-convict? Dominic's phone rang before he could answer. His father's name flashed on the screen. Dominic silenced the phone. My father can wait. Your answer can't. You don't understand, Angela whispered. Diana knows something's wrong. She'll dig into my past. Your family will what? Disown me? He laughed sharply. They need me more than I need them. I built this company from nothing while you were... His voice broke. While you were paying for protecting your mother. Another call, this time from Diana. He declined it too. Dominic, be practical. Think about... I've been practical for 5 years. It got me money and misery. He pulled out a velvet box from his jacket. Do you know what this is? Angela's breath caught. Inside was a simple silver ring with a tiny diamond. The ring I bought 5 years ago, still in my pocket, waiting. His voice was rough. I'm tired of waiting, Nena. Why now? Tears blurred her vision. Why couldn't you just let me stay invisible? Because... He slipped the ring onto her finger. When I saw you yesterday, really saw you, something inside me woke up. Even before I knew who you were, it was like my soul recognized yours. Angela stared at the ring. It fit perfectly, as if 5 years hadn't passed at all. Her phone buzzed. A message from the hospital. Your mother is awake and asking for you. Her condition has stabilized, but surgery still urgent. I need to see my mother, Angela said quietly. I'll take you. Dominic started the car. And I'll pay for everything, whether you marry me or not. Why would you do that? Because I failed you once. I won't fail you again. The drive to the hospital was silent. Angela kept looking at the ring, wondering if she was dreaming. When they arrived, Dominic followed her to her mother's room. Angela. Her mother's voice was weak, but clear. My dear girl. Mama? Angela rushed to her side. I'm here. Her mother's eyes found Dominic in the doorway. Despite the years and illness, recognition flickered. Is that the boy from your school? Yes, Mama. It's Dominic. The one who wrote you poems. Angela's cheeks burned. Mama, please. Mrs. Okafor. Dominic stepped forward, bowing respectfully. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed help, when Nanena needed help. Her mother studied him with eyes that had seen too much pain. You couldn't have changed what happened, my son. Some fires burn regardless of who tries to stop them. But I could have stood by her, visited her, fought for her, and destroyed your future. Her mother shook her head. My daughter made the right choice, even if it broke both your hearts. Mama? But now, her mother's gaze sharpened. Now you're here. The question is why? Dominic knelt beside the bed. Because I want to marry your daughter, properly this time, with your blessing. The old woman's eyes filled with tears. Even knowing what she's been through, what people will say. Especially knowing that. His voice was firm. She's the strongest woman I know. Angela's mother looked at her daughter, seeing the ring glinting on her finger. And you, my child? What does your heart say? Angela looked between her mother and Dominic. 5 years of walls, 5 years of shame, 5 years of survival. But underneath it all, the same truth that had always been there. I love him, Mama. I never stopped. Her mother smiled. Then stop punishing yourself for surviving, my dear. Stop believing you don't deserve happiness. Dominic's phone exploded with calls. His father, Diana, board members. He ignored them all. Marry me today, he said urgently, before they try to stop us, before you talk yourself out of it again. Your family will adjust. My company, my life, my choice. He stood, pulling Angela up with him. But it has to be now. Choose, Nena. Choose us this time. Angela looked at her mother, who nodded encouragingly. She thought of 5 years of hiding, of cleaning offices while dreaming of a different life, of Chief Amadi and men like him circling like vultures, of Diana's slap and society's judgment. Then she looked at Dominic, the boy who'd waited at a church for 6 hours, the man who'd kept her photo on his desk, who'd offered 20 million naira just to keep her safe. Yes, she breathed. Yes, I'll marry you. Dominic pulled her into his arms, and for the first time in 5 years, Angela felt whole. Behind them, her mother wiped away tears of joy. Go, her mother urged. Go before the world tries to stop you again. As they left the hospital hand in hand, Dominic's phone rang one more time. This time, he answered, Father? Yes, I'm getting married, today, to the woman I should have married 5 years ago. He paused, listening. Then I'll build another company, but this time with my wife beside me. He hung up and looked at Angela. Ready to stop hiding? Angela squeezed his hand, feeling the weight of 5 years lifting from her shoulders. Ready to start living. As they drove toward the registry, the sun broke through Lagos clouds, painting the city gold. Sometimes love needed a second chance. Sometimes the longest journey led you right back home, and sometimes the cleanest hearts were found in the humblest places.